All right, so we are live, looks like. So tonight it's just me in the shop. I'm just doing a real quick update vid for everybody out there that was asking on whether we were going to be having a live stream this Friday night or not. We will not. I will be taking and doing my PBS thing on Friday, and that's going to be basically all day, Thursday and Friday. So, North County Forge, hello. Good, sir. Good to have everybody here. Ed Gray Wolf, thank you. You guys can start funneling in. So for those that are watching this on the replay, again, I'm doing this just as a quick update vid. I won't spend any longer than 30 minutes on it. I want to get in bed early. We've started a new early bedtime routine. And I just want to announce some changes to the live streams and what we're going to be doing. Jessica is not with me this evening. So, and hello, County Line Forge and Brian Neely, and I see all you guys getting in there. And thank you for the 1 like already for the 17 people that are here. I greatly appreciate that. So, quick updates. My shop was a wreck. I have gotten it mostly cleaned. Still not 1,000% happy with it, but I'm going to do my best to work on it over the winter. I got a lot of projects. I want to get back to filming a lot of videos and things like that. And so part of this quick little update for those that are sticking around, Jessica has put together a video on my forging of a 30-pound sledgehammer, and she did a wonderful job at editing this video. I mean, it's top shelf stuff, way better than anything I have produced in video quality, cinematic quality so far. And she's really super excited about that. And if you all can take and show her some love when she sends out that video, that will be on Friday. That'll be Friday morning at 7 a.m. If you guys can show her some love on that video, I would greatly appreciate it. She really outdid herself. This is a product video for those of you that are doing blacksmithing for businesses. This is a product video that we're shooting, and we are going this route with our company by adding these to all of our different products we offer, doing these type of cinematic videos to show the customers really what goes into it, and it's a great way of doing it. Jessica's got all that stuff figured out on how to upload it to the actual web page and all that other good stuff. So if you got any questions on it, you'll have to drop them in the comment section to her whenever the video is released. But anyway, so be looking for that video at Friday at 7 a.m. It is not a standard video. It's not a teaching tutorial. It's nothing like that. It's very cinematically shot, and she did a wonderful job. She did a wonderful job on it for her first video, filming it like that. So, anyways, so that is what is new. I'm going to say hello to everybody out there. Her new job, Edge Gray Wolf, LOL. No, not her new job. Not yet. Not yet, so. Yep, Dustin Dixon, that's right. All is left is do finish working on the shop. That's right. Everything done. And thank you, Brian Neely, for watching my time. So, yeah, so it's really cool stuff. I really hope you guys will go check her out when she does that video. It'll be on the channel. You guys should get a notification. If you don't, it is Friday. It'll be released Friday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so if you check it out. So, hey, Miss Penny, how you doing? Thank you for popping into my live stream on Saturday. Yep, you're very welcome. I like to pop in on people's live streams if I can. I like going around and supporting smaller creators by saying hello, and if I can, if I like the video well enough, I'll direct traffic that way too, you know, to help people out. I do enjoy doing that. So I'm going to show you around. I'm going to take you a little around the shop here, show you what I've cleaned up here. All right. So it doesn't look much different from this angle, but it is a lot cleaner. So I've gotten a lot of stuff cleaned up out of this area. You might notice the big buff knot here. And most of all, there is this new tool cabinet. That is going to be the sweet trick. I got it all organized. Got chop saw put up here, Bosch radio system there, and I have my work table finally cleared off. I actually start looking like a professional smith now and not like a crazy person in the shop here. So everything else, got everything cleaned up. I'm eventually going to rebuild my grinder here. When I do, I plan on doing, if I don't do a vid, I'll do plans on it, and I'll try to do a short walk around vid and talk about the parts and how I rebuilt that. I've also got another build where I'm going to be rebuilding my torch rack, things like that. But yeah, as you can see, I still got some mess to clean up. Excuse the noise of the lawnmower there. It's late, but it's 90 plus degrees here, so they're trying to get the mowing done now while the heat's off. Yeah, but I got everything basically cleaned up, ready for PBS to be in my shop on Thursday for my artist spotlight. Excuse me there for a second. Let me get that thing to focus right. There you go. Woo! All right. So I had a question. Let me see what here. I think it was County Line Forge. Roy, in your opinion, what tools sell best at Quad State that can be made in bulk? If you can make tongs in bulk, tongs are always a good seller. Really, it's year to year. It's year to year. One year, you'll sell out of hot cuts, you know, just hot cut hardies. Sometimes it's just hand tools. You know, it just depends on the level of smiths that are showing up at Quad State. It's kind of hard to tell. So, God bless you, Dominic White, and you have a great evening, sir. So, Ed Christini, hello, and Billy Strong, hello. Good to have you all here. So. Yeah, so to answer more of the question, so if you guys are bringing and you want to bring tools to Quad State, the tools that sell best obviously are cheap tools, stuff that's affordable and people can actually buy, but the tools that sell best usually are all your regulars, right? Like your anvils, sledge blocks, post vise, forges, both gas and coal forges. Those are like big equipment things that sell well. Power hammers obviously sell well. But then again, some years nothing moves off the table. So with that being said, I've tried to sell burners there before and gas forge kits and things, and I flunked. I totally flunked out one year. And then I just ended up selling them off and giving them away and some other stuff. I just ended up just not taking the time basically to make any more. Try to hold on to them. So if something doesn't sell well for you and you have the storage space for it, try to store it and maybe try it again next year. And that's a great way of doing that. So, did I miss why you are mirror image tonight? I don't know why it's doing that. Why everything's mirrored image. I have no clue why it does that. But just kind of have to put up with me, I guess. So. I think it's because I'm shooting with the rear-facing camera so I can see the comments. It's flipping the image somehow. It's a YouTube thing that I know of. So maybe somebody else has a better answer to that. But yeah, so things like that works really well. If you can sell hammers, if you got hammers that are economically priced in really good shape, those will go well. If you got equipment, like used equipment and stuff, everyone's always looking for a deal or a bargain on those. And especially if you have any new equipment, if you can demonstrate that equipment running and being available around your tent or your booth or whatever, that helps with sales as well at Quad State. Let's see here. Thomas Downing Watchtower. No, most likely not. I'm not sure how that'll all work with it. I have to ask the lady from PBS on whether I can share that information on YouTube. There might be some copyright stuff. There might be some different things like that that I'll have to look out for. You know, the legal department, right? It'll probably be something that'll have to be asked about. I imagine it once they put it up on YouTube, I could probably do like a reshare of it. That way everybody knows, or I could link you to the PBS, like Hammer Time New York just said. Yeah, I could probably do that. So. Edge Gray Wolf, you asked, what's the advantages of a dog head hammer or dog face hammer? For me, I don't really get into the dog face hammers, but that's just me. But there's a guy I know at Maplewood Forge, Joel Worley at Maplewood Forge. If you haven't checked out his work on Instagram, go check him out. He's a buddy of mine. He's the guy that allowed me to use his 250-pound Little Giant power hammer for this 30-pound sledgehammer build. And he started off hating dog head hammers, and then he ends up loving it now for blade work and things like that. He feels like it's a lot more ergonomic and things like that. That, I believe, a lot of that hammer styling came in from file cutters. File cutters used to use a hammer that was shaped very, very similar to that. I think that's where that styling kind of came out. I know there's some people, they really like it because it comes around and they don't have to tilt their arm to bevel something. They can just kind of come in like this, straight on, and it works. Hi guys, on lunch break and have to go. Shop looks great, Roy. Thank you, Aaron Dennis, and thank you for being here and being part of the stream tonight. So, alright, so we're 10 minutes in, almost 11 minutes. So keep time on me, keep time tabs. Like I said, I wasn't planning on being on here real long tonight. This was just going to be a real quick update vid to just, again, let everybody know that there will be no Friday night stream this week. But next week, I want to get back to doing a forging live stream at all costs. What that means is, let me walk over here and grab it. I want to get back to our 8-pound wrought iron hammer build. That's what I want to do. So you can see how if you leave flux on stuff, it gets all crusty. I'll have to knock that off. I want to get back to this build here. So to save on time, I'm going to see what I can do. I've got customers' orders out the yin-yang right now that I got to catch up on. Several other critical deadline jobs that I wasn't working on because I was working on this big 30-pound sledgehammer for over a month. So I got to catch up on those. So what I'm hoping to do is I may get these pre-stuck. You guys have seen this before. I've done a wrought iron hammer before where I've done the barbs here. I will go over it again in the next live stream, but I want to get this thing fully welded up and get on to all the shaping, punching and drifting the eye, and all the decorative work on this piece because I want it in my shop. I want to be able to use the booger before this winter's up. So, all right. Let's see here. Steve S. Did I pay for my first vise? No, I did not. I actually got my post vise gifted to me by my parents, and they paid for it. And they paid, I want to say at that time, 140 bucks. They paid $140 for it. So. And it was a Christmas gift to me. Thank you, Miss Penny. Yeah, I'm really happy about how the shots turned out so far. It needs a lot more improvement, but, you know, short space, short on time, short on widths. You know, we deal with it. We deal with it. Another update. Man, I keep doing this clicky thing. I should stop doing that. I'm too peppy for this time of evening. The copper, that's gone now. A guy bought it from me, so all the copper is sold. That I mentioned in my other live stream about that copper that was in the box, that's been sold now. It's gone, which is good. That'll help him out and helps me out, so can't beat that. Went and bought new copper today. It cost me 180 bones, so that'll help cover those costs as well. So can't beat that. What else we got here? So we got 36 people watching, 23 likes. Thank you all for all the likes. Thank you for showing up in the first place, even though this is supposed to be a quick live stream and whatnot. Yeah, and I can't really think of much else to say other than yeah, Thomas D, no more Red Bull, Roy. Yeah, that's probably the truth of it. Oh, time scheduling. That's going to be changing for the live streams. That's the one thing I want to do. See, Jessica, she's more analytical. She writes all this on a list, so this way we make it through all the topics. I just roll with it. So the time schedule for the streams are going to change. They are going to change to fit our schedule, essentially. Here lately, we have been getting up a lot earlier, and so we are going to continue to do our Friday night live streams, but they are going to come in at, they'll either be quicker or they'll be slightly, they're going to be slightly later and they're going to be a little quicker. So we're going to run no longer than 1 hour long live streams, and they're going to be project based. We're going to try to keep them around doing a project of some kind that can be done in an hour, from 30 minutes to an hour, and that'll be on our Friday nights. We've kind of discontinued the Monday night live streams, the business live streams. Life is just way too hectic and busy for us right now, so maybe we can do that, maybe we can do that come winter. Maybe if things slow down a little bit, we can do that. I hope we don't have to do that. But we'll start at 7:30 and we'll run till 8 predominantly, up to 8:30, no later. And the reason why is because I need to take and be able to get out early. We've been getting up at 5 a.m. every morning and going for about a 1 to 2 mile run, and literally running. And we've been basically getting kind of just our schedule shifted onto a much earlier time clock. So let's see there. Miss Penny, you said you like my shirt and you'd like one like that. Well, you can find them over at the Teespring store. That's good enough for you too. You'll look for one in a bit. Brian Neely, you'll believe it when you see it. Well, prepare to see it, brother. Prepare to see it. Prepare to see it. So that's how it's going to be. This will also help us on our data, like the data bills and stuff. I'm trying to figure out a way of hooking one singular camera up to the cell phone and running it through the app, the Creator app, but using the high quality cameras that we have to do the live streams. That way we can get the picture quality back to where I want it to be, like it once was before we got hosed by the powers that be. And so I hope to take and do that. We will sort more of that out as the winter goes on and things like that. So if I'm running, you should run too, because something big is chasing me and I'm out of ammo. That's funny. Primordial Geek, we are in the eastern half of the United States, so we are in the eastern time zone. So it'll be 7:30 for us, and I'm not sure what it is across the other way. So North Country Forge, yeah, Roy's going to get buff. Yeah, I'm going to get back to it. So there for a while I was doing really well. I was doing calisthenics every day. I was running about 4 miles every day. And then, I broke a rib doing calisthenics. I was trying to do a muscle up above the bar and came down on my rib cage. And so I took about a year off doing anything, really, and kind of got flumpty again. Got all fat. No simpler way of saying it. Just got all fat again, so. Yeah, it was a broken rib for sure. So I tried to run and I just couldn't. I was out of breath and I couldn't breathe, and which is out of breath, duh. And yeah, shooting pains and things like that. So I couldn't do the running anymore. And then I was still trying to do, the pull-ups and push-ups, and just nope. I had to take time off. It took about 6 months for that rib to heal up. And then once it did heal up, it was tender. It was real tender for, well, at least another 6 months after that. So we let our diet slip and our exercise routine slip and things like that. So let's see here. Dave does some stuff. Like the channel name there, Dave. Hey, buddy, just wanted to let you know I appreciate your videos. Keep them up. Will do, Dave. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad you're a part of the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as we put out new videos every single day. Goodbye, sir. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the hand claps. I appreciate that. Well, B&B Forge, good to see you here. Thomas Downing Watchtower says, try the Royal Canadian Air Force exercises. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Yeah, everybody tell Lewis bye there. So that's good. But yeah, so with that newer schedule, with that newer schedule, that's going to be, meaning the live streams are going to be a little different. And the reason why is because we've re-emphasized a priority on spending time with the kiddos, having our family devotion time at 7 p.m. And we do that from 7 p.m. to 7:30, so this way the kids can get into bed, and then from 7:30 on, they kind of settle down to 8, and then we have mommy and daddy time from there on, where we're basically working. Where we're basically working, or we can just choose to spend some time watching a movie or something like that, just to kind of reinvest in us a little bit. We've been running really straight out as hard as we can for quite a few years now, and it's time to kind of just reel it back in and put a good emphasis on family and friends for a little bit. But we do plan on continuing doing the live streams again, but I'm going to make them shorter and sweeter. I hope to really get a lot of information in 30 minutes, so it's going to be jam-packed action. I may not be able to answer as many questions as I like. We might throw a few Q&A live streams in there, so I can do that from time to time. But that is the main goal. That's the main goal, is for us to be able to take and spend more time with our kids and invest into the little ones before they're all grown up and out of the house. And they are getting big, let me tell you. My daughter is just, my oldest is 8 years old. And gosh, man, I just don't know where the time goes. They're just growing like crazy. Bill Haggard, I am glad you like watching me, sir. Thank you for being part of the channel. Brian Neely, thank you for that 10-minute warning. 1 minute and 46 seconds ago. Oh. Mickey toss. Oh. Yeah, so anyways, so that's what we are planning for as we go along here. And I really hope that everybody will continue to enjoy the streams. And also, with the shorter time on the streams, it should make them easier to watch on the playback. Jessica and I ultimately, as we want to be respected for our time, we want to make sure we're respecting your time in doing that as well. So, and Uncle Buck's Forge, I can't wait to see you soon either, sir, over at Quad State. That's going to be a fun time this year. Another little update, guys, see here, this is not like a tourniquet or anything like that. I finally got me one of them little silicone wedding bands. I don't know if y'all see that. Yep, finally got one of those, so we'll see how it works. I kind of like it pretty well. It's really light. You can't even feel it on your finger, so I'm hoping that that's going to go pretty well. So anyways, I'm sorry, I heard somebody talk outside the building there for a second. Anywho, so yeah, that's what I know. That's what I know. That's what the updates are. I will talk to the lady at PBS and see if I can do any sort of airing or filming or anything like that. I'm going to focus on my interview for my artist spotlight, and I'm going to do that first, and then we'll see how the rest of it goes. Really happy to get the 30-pound sledgehammer out the door. So happy for that. I'm happy to get back on to my regular posting and content. I did a chat about power hammers. That was a fairly popular video. Apparently people like to hear a lot about power hammers and things. I plan on doing a video at some point on presses and talking fairly in depth about presses, kind of pros and cons of presses, more of an open-ended thing. I need to rebuild this press completely because it has become too unsafe to actually use right now at this point in time. So I've totally pulled the wiring and everything, so this way I'm not tempted to use it. So I got to completely rebuild that press. So there's a lot of great things coming to the channel. The new content's going to be completely different. I wouldn't say completely different, but it's going to be different. It's going to be different than what you're used to, but it's still going to be very action-packed, full of information. And I'm trying to shoot for shorter time minutes worthwhile, but still a lot of information to where you guys get the point. So I'm wearing it the right way, the way you should be able to read it, but YouTube's flipping it all weird. So hello, Sarah Mike G, good to have you here. Yeah, they need to make stretchy gold. Yep, Rock Mike, that's how you have to do it, buddy. Sometimes you just got to call enough is enough, which is good. North Country Forge. I don't think I'm that big of a star, but it's a pretty neat thing. I feel real blessed. There's a guy by the name of Barry Wheeler. There's a guy by the name of Barry Wheeler that was the recipient of the Ohio Heritage Fellowship Award the year prior to me, and in my opinion, the man outclasses me as a smith in every way, and so feel very honored to be honored in the same kind of in that same line as he was. So you guys can, if you guys search out, do Barry Wheeler interview or PBS interview or something like that, or artist spotlight, you'll find him. You'll find him and you'll get to see some of his work. Again, he just outclasses me as a smith in almost every way. So yeah, I'll have to come check it out. I want to take, and Miss Penny, yeah, love to get selfies with you too as well. Yeah, you know, I want to get catch with everybody as much as I can. And yeah, I do. I want to catch up with everybody as much as I can. Quad State, I took this year off. Usually I help with Quad State. I work with Quad State in one function or another. I'm not doing that this year. I just said, you know what? I just want to be around. I want to visit with people. I want to be able to sit down at campfires and just hang out. You know, just hang out and run my little lips until they're sore. You know what I mean? So, which I'm good at. But not so much if I'm working and I'm busy all the time, because I'm all business. Well, let's see if we got any more questions. Thank you all for the 31 likes, by the way, and the 36 watchers. So, yeah, Brian Neely, you're right. It is reversed that way. Thank you, Hammer Time New York. Humble is a good quality. Yes, it is. I try to be as humble as I can, although there's some people that would disagree about that on YouTube just because I tell it like it is. People don't like that, and they mistake that as non-humility. But humility is the main thing I try to strive for. It really is. I know exactly who's better than me. I know exactly who's not better than me, and just facts are facts. And you know, it's kind of it's a tricky line, because you know, we all do stuff so much differently. Where I may be really talented at one facet of this craft, somebody else can be worlds more talented than I am at doing something else completely, entirely. Or sometimes the same processes, but theirs look a little better just because they've learned stuff or learned from people that I haven't. So. Thomas Doubting Watchtower, I do not know if they have anything in the state of Virginia. Yeah, I wish everybody could go to Quad State. It's a fun time. It's definitely worth the admission price and the camping and just hang out, a good time. I will suggest that if you are coming to Quad State, camp. Try to do your best to camp, because there's a great atmosphere there, and it's just fun to kind of walk from one person's campsite, maybe do a little forging. You know, some people bring their own forges and forge, and you hear stories, and there's music playing, and there's some different stuff. You know, and it's just a good time all around. And, you know, people who kind of go off-site where they just go back home. I only live 45 minutes away, so I could technically drive home and be comfortable in my own bed, but I just make sure I go up there all the time if I can. So, yeah, probably down by the dog pound again. So I tell. One little update on that. I did read something that they're not going to allow anybody to do any camping near the north gate. So they're trying to keep all the camping further up towards where all the events are. They're going to try to kind of just shuttle people more up towards the front gate. So. New Penny Forge. Yes, I will be at the cookout at Mr. Coffee's house. I'll probably be there for about an hour. I'm going to be in for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, say hey, and then I'm going to boot scoot back over to the Quad State. But I will definitely come visit everybody at Mr. Coffee's house, and I'm looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. All right, like I said, 30 minutes. It's 29 minutes. 47 seconds. So that's it for this live stream. thank you all so much for being here. God bless you the rest of this week. Check out Jessica's video on Friday morning when it goes live. I thought it was a pretty cool video, and I think you all will too. So, good night all. God bless you. And like always, we're going to catch you on the next one. Have a good night. See ya.